listening to. Everyone was listening to him, throwing money at him to fix their credit and to help invest. And this was the guy. This was the clown, like a total clown, man, a total clown. So anyway, I know that he may try to strike this down because I played his music, but you know what the beautiful thing is about YouTube? They have an editor where all you got to do is go back in and just edit the part. You can actually mute the part, or you can trim it all together. So I don't care if he gives me a strike, a copyright strike. I don't care. My channel isn't even monetized. Okay. So I get copyright strikes all the time because I play other people's music all the time. So he can strike it down all he wants. I can either trim it out or just simply just take my strike. I'm good with it. I'm good with it either way. But let me bring on Brother Ankh. Peace and love to you, Brother Ankh. Brother Ankh, are you ready or you're not ready? You ready or you're not ready? All right, you talking no, because you was battling somewhere else. Where was you? You was on somebody's platform
I was
arguing.
actually working.
You was working.
I got a business. I got my own business, and I got a
Okay.
job.
I saw you
Work.
fussing though. I saw you fussing. It looked like you
Because
was
I'm
fussing.
always in charge of people, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just trying to get people to get things, the way I need to see it. That's all. You know how it is. What's good, Doc?
Ain't nothing. What's going on with you, Brother Uncle Cat?
Man, just sitting here comfortable, chilling, getting ready for that debate this weekend coming up. So I'm studying for that, real focused on it.
Okay, what's the topic?
Um, Shoot, I can't even. African spirituality versus science.
I can't wait to watch that.
It's
So
time to have that.
Brother, drop the link in the chat so we can click on, and I'm pretty sure we got to grab tickets. And so yeah, I want to grab a ticket. I always want to support you. I
Mm-hmm.
always want to support you. What time is it going down?
7 o'clock.
Okay, so probably like from
16.
7 to 10 or something like that.
Yeah, yep. Get it in and get it out. You know how we're gonna do it. It's just time for that discussion, Doc. I mean, it it's some things like there's really no thing called African spirituality, and you have to give people on the continent their own credit for developing their own ideas and their own concepts. Each individual group has done this. We don't do it to Europeans, right? We talk about France, we talk about Russia, we talk about Germany, and we let them have that, right? They have unique. Each one of them have unique cultures, although there's some similarities within it. They have ideas and concepts, but in our attempt to clump everything together, which we think that make it strong, it really don't. On planet Earth, it's the diversity that allows you to survive. And how hard is that for people to get? It's gonna be real hard. It is. So
Mm.
yeah, African people develop their own deity, right? Different nations develop their own ideas. Some did it around the forest, right? The Twa, they thing was the forest. The Mabuti, right? To them, the forest was their mother and father. That's all they had, right? It's simple. You know what I mean? And everything that they needed, the forest gave them. You can kind of understand this from their hunting, from their medicine, everything. It was the forest to them. So that was the most important geographical feature in their life. On the Nile Valley, it was the river, right? The river gave them sustenance, gave them fish, right? Gave them soot. You suppose things died, right? And these things accumulated at the bottom of the river, right? And when flood season came, it flooded and brought those things up that you thought was dead, giving life to the things on land, right? Rich soil. That's why they call it the black land, because of the rich soil. Farming, agriculture, agricultural science comes out of that. So, man, this is Africa at its best, right? And before it was called Africa, there was no name to it. There was just groups of human beings making their way, and they developed names and they developed concepts and they developed ideas, and they gave it to the world. And so this is important to recognize these groups of African people. This is important because we distinguish Germans, and we say they the Germans, and they bring the hot dogs and they bring this, right? But we clump the beauty and diversity of Africa all together, which for me, I just can't do it, Doc, because I understand each group and the beauty that they bring to the world. Each nation, each state, they do it different. And everybody had a different response to colonialism. They did. And they're working on it and they're moving forward. So it's time to give them their credit. You know what I'm saying? Like the great African American. I takes our credit all the way. And for the African American, we have great ancestry from the most ancient times in Africa. This we agree. But that
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, no, yeah. I want you to finish your thought because then I'm gonna say something and we can go and move on. But go ahead. Finish your thought.
But African American history starts when we touch this damn soil. And it's the greatest show on earth. From where we was, the barrier becoming the way. And where we stand right now on this platform, do the things that you're doing. And I seen the commercials and I seen the camps and I seen how important them camps was because I went to camp. But when I went to camp, right, the different levels was I slept in teepees.
I
Right?
remember. I remember. I
Or
remember.
you
I
could
remember.
sleep,
Yeah.
you could sleep in the Western style cabins, depending on the
Mm-hmm.
level, right? Teepee Wakan. People don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, right? So what I'm saying is to have an African identity add to it, it just shows how great the African American is, Black American. We're great. And we
Oh,
don't forget where we
absolutely.
came from, but we sure as hell know that we are an example of how to fight against Europeans. Clear example of winning too. Yeah, like if you don't think you're winning, then you're confused in your own history because you definitely got a chance to take advantage of a lot of things, and we best be taking advantage of it before they take it from us.
You ain't lying
And
about
with that,
that. You ain't lying about that. You ain't lying about that. But brother Ankh, I do want to
mm,
jump into this topic tonight
mm-hmm,
because um I wanted to put that question out there, right? Did Dr. Maat bang on Saneter, right, in the house, in the HOK, the House of Consciousness?
mm-hmm,
Because it seems like that's a narrative. It is not being pushed by many. Is being pushed by some clowns, right? That I banged on Saneter in the House of Consciousness when I went live. I think I went live twice to talk about the situation with Polite. I talked about him being sentenced, to 7 years, 10 years probation, and then um, the whole claim or idea that his charges was dropped. I addressed that, right? And so the first video was about his sentencing, and in that video, I showed a clip of Saneter talking about Polite, an allegation Saneter made that Polite allegedly ran away, or one of his wives or concubines, whatever you want to refer, however you want to refer to those women, that he ran away with one of their daughters or something like that. And I played that clip. Saneter was going crazy, saying all kinds of stuff.
mm-hmm,
And then I also played a clip of Blue Pill and Red Pill. I thought initially it was just Blue Pill, but when I went back and looked at the video again, it was both of them. Red Pill was sitting on one side of Polite, and Blue Pill was sitting on the other side. But the camera only captured Blue Pill and Polite, but Red Pill was also there. And in that particular video, I talked about how disrespectful Polite was, towards me, and then when speaking about me, and how they sat there and did nothing. And so I never banged on Saneter. I never banged on the House of Consciousness, right? Never did that. I would never condemn all of those people, right? Because I remember the House of Consciousness, how many people came through there. I came through there. So I would never condemn a whole group of people because of something that one person did, right? Now, I will condemn you if you knew about it, if you knew that this is what he was doing and you just supported him anyway. But for people that did not, some people don't have an idea, they didn't know. And then when you and I was talking about this, you said we want a telephone Saturday, and you said people really think like we hang out with the guy because I may have did an interview, or I was in New York. So now, so people are saying, well, Doc banged on Saneter. She was mad at Saneter, but she wasn't mad with Ankh. I'm not mad with Saneter or Ankh. I have no beef with them. And when you when you spread narratives like that, that is reminiscent of COINTELPRO. That's agent behavior. That's COINTELPRO behavior. That's what they used to do. Have black folks want to, put, so-and-so did this to you, right? And then tell the other person, so-and-so did that. And before you know it, everybody's beefing. You know, think about it. Just think about the black. I'm not comparing all of us to the Black Panther Party and us. I'm just giving an example of it. If you look at the beef between the Black Panther Party and us, right? And I'm talking about Dr. Karanga and them. The feds instigated all of that stuff, the shootings, everything. Geronimo Pratt came out, I think in 95 or 97. I know it was in the 90s. He came out and he confirmed it. He wrote a letter. He was like, yeah, the whole time the feds was going back and forth and telling one organization that this organization was doing something and in this organization. So he came out with it. Right, Geronimo Pratt came and cleared all that stuff up and said it was agents the whole time that was stirring up beef between the organizations. That's the behavior that I see. That's the behavior that I see when I see you all putting out false narratives. Dynamite banged on Saneter, or Dynamite, she should be banging on Ankh. Y'all are doing that is agent behavior. How she friends with Ankh? That is agent behavior. That is COINTELPRO behavior, agent behavior. And when you all see this type of stuff happening, shut it down. Shut it down. Go in the comment sections and say, man, y'all bugging. What you doing? That sister ain't never do. Shut that behavior down. Don't give it views. Don't give it shares. Shut it down. We don't need no more that agent behavior in our community. And so anyway, brother Ankh, I want you to talk about, expound on what you shared. I know you shared it with me on Saturday, but share with the people what you said when you said, you know what? They act like we hang out, like I hang out with the guy. And then you gave this great analogy. You know, share that with the people, brother Ankh, if you can remember what it was.
Well, I would basically say that my my 16-year-old, my 15-year-old son, you know, he know I do lives all the time. He can come on the screen and see it full of people, and right away he can make a determination that for the most part they're in different parts of the world, and he never thinks that they all live together. Right? Like when you watch a movie and the person is married in the movie, that don't mean they married. That don't mean that they even ever seen the person's house that they married to in the movie in real life. That don't mean that. That don't even mean that they even been to a person. It don't mean none of that, ladies and gentlemen. Only in the conscious community they watch the screen like this. It's the most ridiculous thing. Like, it's the comprehension level. It ain't there.
It's not there.
It's the pseudoisms. Listen, Doc. And I say it again and again. It's the pseudoisms that run this community. And we always been on the other side of that. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's real for me. Mm-hmm, if you can't make a determination that we don't know, I don't know what, they don't even know where the hell Polite live at. Where the hell do Polite live at?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nigga don't live nowhere. 1 minute he got an electron microscope. We banged up. Every time you see us, we banging, right? I think the thing you were talking about was that situation we had when you were supposed to debate Polite. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
So they don't realize that me and Smash Rockwells, we threaten the hell out of Polite. Like on some, this what just gonna be, right? If it go this way. Simple as that. He was trying to muster up some fake nonsense based off of one of your friends.
Yep.
Right? On
Facebook. I already told my people. I told my people
try to develop some kind of relationship besides the friendship that y'all got.
That's right.
And he tried to make it seem like that you was engaged in some type of behavior that you don't even support. And if you do that, bro, it's a problem.
I remember when y'all did it. I remember when it happened.
Like this what this is. So they don't even know behind the scenes. Don't nobody play with Polite. Y'all play with Polite. Y'all believe that crazy stuff he be saying, an electron microscope. The 5G. Y'all believe that. And under no circumstance do we believe any of that. And not to mention, I don't know that man good enough to know what he does in his bedroom. Right? Right. I don't know. I'm not with none of these people know what they do in their bedroom. And so people want to fill in the blanks. Right? It's actually called the theory of the mind. where I know what you're thinking, and you know what I'm thinking, I know what you're thinking, and you know what I'm thinking, I know what you're thinking. You fill in the different blanks, right? There's about 221 cognitive mechanisms that are at play when we look at like eye recognition. Like I can look at you right now, you're wondering what I was going to say. See how you didn't say it, but looking at your eyes, I can do that. That's the same value people place on God, but that's going to be for the debate to show you why we even believe, right? But my point is, we're not that man bedroom. Right now, Monday morning quarterback. Oh, I knew it based off of this. You didn't know nothing. You're just trying to fill in the blanks for content. For you know what I mean, for content, right? And so you were supposed to debate this man, right? And him getting out of the debate, he make up this whole scenario on how he make a black woman God by, having sex with her. The whole just lewd nonsense. Instead of stepping up to the plate with that foolery that he was talking about, the mitochondrial DNA is the first DNA, and you beat him half to death. Like, that's what we talking about. Like, ain't nobody believed that since the days of Malachi Yoke about the mitochondrial DNA. And then once you got scientifically literate, you understood what mitochondrial DNA was. And you was the first woman in the community to give the complete, thorough breakdown on mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosomes. Ain't nobody did that but you. A thorough breakdown of that. To this point, they thought that the mitochondrial DNA existed in an environment by itself. That the black woman is definitely first on planet Earth. And you got people now saying, right, that black woman was here first. I was on something, I forget the Queen Priscilla. What's her name?
Who is it? Queen of Four?
No.
Wasn't Queen of Four. Oh, I sent you the clip of
Priscilla. What's her name?
Yes, Sister Priscilla. I think it's Priscilla.
Listen, her fight for black women is her fight for black women. But I get into the thing when you start misrepresenting scientific ideas.
Right.
So just because they found Lucy, which is an Australopithecus africanus.
Teach, Ankh.
And it happened to be female, and they might not have found none in that area, doesn't mean that there wasn't any male Australopithecus. Because the question would be, well, why would an Australopithecus have breasts and a vagina without a male to interact with it? And then how could that Australopithecus get here without having sperm and oviums? Like, what are we talking about here? They took us back to the Bible time where people just pop up out of nowhere. Why are people saying these things? Back to the point of the debate that went wild. And it was red pill and blue pill standing beside doing like this.
Yep.
Bible heads.
Yep.
They wasn't saying, whoa, hold on, man. Keep it you where you at. They laughing.
Yep, they was laughing right with him. And I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Like that's not funny. That niggas been running for you since you beat the hell out of Israel doctrine. They don't want to never see you. Never. They don't want to. They gonna just ignore you. They just ignore you. Make up all kind. We don't want to debate the women. I'll debate anyone. What are we talking about? It's just a conversation.
That's all it is.
What are we talking about here? If you know what you're talking about, you're not worrying about whether it's a male or female.
That's right.
The conversation.
Who turns?
So they've always ran from your education, right? And they always.
But I didn't have one though. I don't have one. Remember? So they ran from the education, but then put the narrative out there that I don't have one. I'm like, I don't know what to do with these dudes. Like,
you get away from them. I've been saying it forever. Like you too valuable of a piece, right? To be dealing with these fools. These is nuts.
Man, they batshit
Look
crazy.
what you do. Look what you did this summer. Look what you done for me. None of them never done that. You can only mention a few people, right? I can mention Smash Rockwells. I can mention Saneter, right? That has made it possible. So based off the work I do at times, right?
Right.
I can get some fair money for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right. And then I got a couple good supporters, right? But at the end, we saying just on have the ability to do business. You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people to do that because everything they do is the me program. They don't. That's not something to get help other people. You got a program to help kids, young ladies, right? Like that should mean something because I thought this was the conscious community with great ideas supposed to meet. Nah, it's the pseudo community where the nonsense meet.
Right.
That's why
Come
that's
on.
why you got people on a routine of blaming the women. How you gonna blame the women in the situation with polite? The conversation. See, this is what they don't know. The young lady could have been a promiscuous 14-year-old. The mother could have been a hooker.
Come on. Teach on.
Right? See, this what y'all missing. That don't
Teach.
got nothing to do with what happened that day, that night. They ain't got nothing to do with that. It's illegal. You cannot get, if you're in New York City and it's place in New York City where the hookers be walking outside in bikinis, you can't snatch them up and rape them. That's against the law.
Right. Right.
If you're a drug dealer and selling drugs is illegal, you can't walk up and shoot a drug dealer in the head. You're going to prison is illegal. So to take the responsibility off of that guy, right? And the tell for me is simple. He's always talking about what he didn't get charged with. And I ain't get this and I ain't get that. What we want to know is what exactly happened with the thing you signed your name to.
Exactly.
How did the drugs and alcohol get in the young lady? And how did she come back all abused up? We want to know that story. We ain't heard that story yet.
Facts.
Why are you missing that story? He keeps saying what he didn't do, That's fine, bro. We can read. We know what the charges are. We know what they say and what they don't say. But we just want to know what really explain that to us.
That's right.
He's never going to explain that because he know it's starting to sound wow. And so you got brothers, right, that heard him talking reckless and wild. In that video you're going to show, they didn't say, yo, chill out with it. They thought it was funny. That's not funny. And those brothers teach the same thing that man teach. Am I getting confused or something? Am I missing something?
You're not getting confused. They do teach the same thing he teach.
Like I'm thinking like the whole Dr. Sabi thing, people in the chat gonna get mad. Dr. Sabi was an outright pseudo.
I knew he was gonna go there.
And our community, look, this is how you can tell a level of your community.
I knew he was gonna go there.
This how you can, it's the truth. Look, this is how you can actually tell a level of your community, right? In our community, right, which ain't even a damn community, because I don't know. Facts. But in our space on the internet, right, Dr. Sabi has cured everything. In the champs community, he's a charlatan. Make that make sense. Somebody lying. Somebody making it up. Something is going wrong here. Something is crazy here. Something ain't adding up. Why is it in the online community, Dr. Sabi is the greatest teacher of all times? And the reason I mention his name, because Polite claimed to be the grand poobah after him. You know what I'm saying? And the red pill and blue pill, they all support that. We're going to act like they don't, right? We're going to play this game. See what they did for me was they reactivated me. They done took me back to 15 years ago. Now I'm not giving them no oxygen because we can take the oxygen from them. Giving them no, nothing. It is what it is, right? You want to talk about pseudo, y'all all support Dr. Sabi. Y'all all misrepresent high-level medical science that could potentially help our community. Y'all playing. Y'all taking our community back to the Stone Age, back to the 1700s, where you couldn't tell the difference between a quack and a charlatan and a doctor. You just couldn't tell. Damn, they killed George Washington. Bloodletting, killed him. Man had a cold, and they bloodletted him to death. So when I say they pseudo, I mean it because guarantee this point. Everything they talk about is wow and only benefits them. So if you buying some products of gold in it, is it supposed to be do this and do that? The person drinking that thing don't benefit them. That person getting the money benefit them. See, you can be in the United States and the average lifespan between male and females is 80 years. There's a reason for that. And you can go to certain African countries and the average lifespan, like Angola, is 60 years. And they have an infection disease alert. There's reason for that. And you can go to these certain countries in traditional medicine, 80% of the people take it. So there's time for playing and time to be serious. And so when I say that they pseudo, I mean it for a reason. Because guess what, Doc? I wanted to mark them. I wanted to check them. Let's look that word up. Look at that word. Oh, pseudoscientists. Let's look it up. Oh, see, that's your first indication that these guys could potentially end up in a situation that we will all regret. Simple as that. I'm going to say it again. The information that they've been bringing y'all for the last 15 years, right? Given opportunity, given things going in this direction, that direction, right? One, we realized during the pandemic that that's the most dangerous thing you could play with is somebody's health. Lying about vaccines, acting like the shrimp, the spinach and the lettuce and the tree bark soup, chicken noodle soup was going to fight against the virus. All those lies. And they all did it. They put pamphlets in the doors. Nation of Islam still mad at me. Dude, y'all put pamphlets in the doors. Shout out to the brother from Baltimore. He stopped us for putting the pamphlet. He was like, I ain't know about the pamphlet.
He did. He did.
He stepped up.
He did.
See, that's what real men do. I mean, they was like, yo, you could have done that. I didn't know how, whatever way was supposed to do that. Matter of fact, Nation of Islam been anti-vax for 70 years. So for me, this thing of ours, Doc, if we say we coming to the people because they've been miseducated, they have been devalued, and we want to uplift them and raise them up, right? Then the last program I can see that has done that is the program that you got.
Ashe.
And the information that we promote on the pseudo killers, on the community of skeptics.
Ashe.
We promote real things for real people with real life situations. And everything we teach, your kids can ingest it and take it to school, right? And go to college or start a business. We ain't taught nothing else more than that. It's been 1, 2, 3, very simple. The other stuff, extraordinary claims with the melanin, the superpowers, that's the stuff that put you in a position to potentially what? Develop deviant behavior, because you done made up so much stuff, you done lied so much, then what's next? Once you run out of lies, what's next? We don't know. What we do know is anything started should start off with at least the daggone truth or understanding it. It shouldn't start off with wild claims. As a matter of fact, the conscious community be full of claims, right? This actually had been discarded in the European community. That's when it get wild for me. So we supposed to promote Black health, Black liberation, right? And we don't need white people, right? But you take the discarded information from white people and you make it top notch. I've never heard enough like that before in my life. If you think I'm playing, look it up. Every chakras, that wasn't in the Black community first. That's in the New Age community. Madam Avowski and the boys. You feel me? Alistair Crowley. Clear Russian. So we take wild Russian information and promote it, right, in the Black community and say we liberating Black people. How? You don't see the people in the conscious community promoting traditional Africa. You don't see that. They scared to do that, Doc. They scared to go ahead and grab yourself a buffalo and go ahead and sacrifice them.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, Unc. I'm not
But it's
I'm not
real though,
doing it.
Doc. I could go get my altar. Y'all done did it before. Y'all back in the day. I did it. That's what
I'm
I'm
not doing
saying.
this with you, Unc. I ain't doing this. I'm not doing this, Unc. I respect everybody's belief. You the reason why folks got to put the sign up, the disclaimer sign up. Like these are Unc's views, opinions, and beliefs. You know what I mean? I made my Ebo. He can say what he want. I made Ebo, so he can say what he want to say. This is Unc's views, opinions, and beliefs, y'all.
Wait,
This
hold
is
on.
stuff. But I do
See?
agree. But hold on, I do agree. Hold on, let me say this. I do agree though, being real, about when you said that we take discarded information from the white community and we just make it ours and we blow it up to the nth degree. Because when you trace back a lot of that stuff, even the whole idea of crystals. Remember, you did a whole show on that and talked about how that came out of India. You was like, what? So a lot of these things, like you said, that people are
Chakras.
using and chakras on it, it go right back to some white folks, and then some of the stuff that they're calling science in the so-called conscious community, it goes back to quacks. And you've proven that time and time again. Look at the source of your information, so-called, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, so-called information. Trace the source, and you see that it goes back to some white folks. The same white folks that you tell them, don't read that textbook on anthropology. Don't read that textbook on electric circuits, Dr. Maat. It was made by white people. But then we trace your terminology, your definition, your beliefs, your views, and it all goes back to some quack. And you've proven that, brother, on time and time again. I just wanted to co-sign that. I do agree with you 1,000% on that. 1,000%. Even then you tell me the theories, the Anunnaki and all of that stuff,
Yeah,
and
this
the
Zachariah
land of
Ascension.
the land of Mu and all that
That's all
stuff.
white people, yo.
That came from white folks. And you got black folks on the internet parroting that stuff, and in the same breath tell you that they don't read information that comes from white folks, but they're parroting white people.
So that's in the 60s and the 70s. Black people was definitely in conflict with the United States government. We wasn't having time to make that up. We was actually putting together high priced lawyers. Earl
So
Good Marshall and them.
I want to say this to you, Miss Yasmin.
See,
Jasmine.
you gave a
See,
break.
you said crystals are in Africa though. That's not the claim at
That's not a,
all.
that's not a
That no one said, we got to stay on topic. No one said, you know what? And this is not to bully her, brother Unc, but I
yeah,
do
don't
want to
bully.
say I do want to say this as a people, and I talk to my students a lot. We have to learn to listen, not hear. We have to learn to listen. That means hear you, comprehend what you're saying,
Hmm.
right? Process what you're saying, and then respond. A lot of times we just hear people and we hear little pieces and then we respond and got it totally wrong. And you want to know how I know? I do that to Onk sometimes. I do it to Onk sometimes. I hear bits and pieces and I just yell out something. He's like, that's not what I said. And I'm like, well, what did you say? I said, bop, 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 bop. Had you had been listening to me, you wouldn't have responded that way. And I got to eat my humble pie and say, you know what, you're right. I wasn't listening. I heard you, and I heard bits and pieces of what you're saying, and boom, I responded, right? And that's a lot of times what we do. We have to learn to listen to each other. Listen, hear the person, take it all in, think about what they're saying, and then give a response, right? And
Hmm.
so if we offended you, Sister Jasmine, because you use crystals in your house, I apologize. We didn't mean to offend you. And that's your prerogative. You can keep on using crystals, right? Whatever floats your boat. We're just simply talking about the origin of the whole, you touch this crystal, you wear it around your neck, it gives you this type of energy, it attracts this. That's what we're talking about, Sister Yasmin. Okay? That's what
Yeah,
we had.
I mean, hey, I used to carry a tiger's paw in my
Okay, so
pocket.
she got it. No, she got it. There she go. And then I appreciate that, sister. She said I grew up with crystals, so I was a little triggered. And that's what happens. Because when I get triggered, I only hear bits and pieces. I get triggered, I go off. And I'm learning more and more. We just gotta learn to listen. It's a lot of the times people aren't trying to trigger you. They aren't trying to offend you. You
I
know.
am.
Bye,
Yeah.
Unc, bye, Unc, bye, Unc, bye, Unc, bye. by Ankh. Only Ankh. Only Ankh. Sister, I'm not trying to offend
Yeah,
you.
she's not trying.
Yeah,
So
I'm not trying to offend you.
listen, so watch this. And I'm really having fun. So we gotta be able to joke about
And I respect you as
our
well, my
pain.
sister. I
Yeah, we
respect you as well, my
yeah, she
sister.
she she do Miss Jasmine, but I can't do the whole rock. A rock is a rock, a crystal is a crystal, right? The value of a diamond is the value that human beings place on it. Diamonds are very hard and they're used for drilling, right? But to think that it brings some kind of mythical power to it and all that is where we go wrong at. You have to be able to understand geology and what these things really are. There's no special power attributed to it. There's no such thing as that. That's why it's called actual crystal magic. It doesn't make you better off. Meaning the time spent in educating yourself on certain business practices and certain investments, right? Instead of learning a whole book of crystals will mold you better. Right now, you would have to go out and con a person and convince them that these particular rocks could help you, right? But that's not what the world is doing, right? That's not what the champions are doing. The champions aren't doing that. You'll find people with ideas that are low level based off of where they at. You know what I'm saying? Based off where they thinking
Mm-hmm.
is. You know what I'm saying? You find heavy levels of crystals in the conscious community. That ain't to get rich. The only people to get money, right? And this joins the people that's lying to y'all, making up stuff, right? Dr. Me, I
Mm-mm.
don't got 1,600 people in the
Mm-mm.
chat,
Nope.
right? But the people that's the high level lying and the crystals, all of them, sure, all of them, right? Why? The people that swear they can read the numbers, read the numerology and all that nonsense. Yeah, that's foolery. And what I'm saying is we're susceptible to all that. And so this is the environment that people like to make. They like to make the environment like you being disrespectful because you say the rock don't got no damn power. How's that being disrespectful? I'm really
Mm.
not being disrespectful. You're really being disrespectful to me, trying to convince me and any other intelligent person that all of a sudden there's power in the rocks.
Stop, Ankh.
I'm being like, if we don't be honest, hold on, Doc. Everything that we taught, right? If you was paying attention, you'd have understood that polite could potentially go off on the deep end somewhere.
Now that's true.
They didn't listen to us.
No, they didn't.
See, you're a hater. You hurt my feelings. You said the rocks don't work. You say the brass, it be well on. You trying to kill our culture. You didn't hear all that, Doc?
Yeah, we
See,
did.
see, that's why I laugh when
We
they
did.
say that I did this. Wait a minute. Everything I've ever taught has been anti-polite and anti-pseudos, and I called them all out. I called them all out. Your sacred cow, Dr. Sabier, told you it was nonsense.
Mm.
I don't respect it. Let me tell you why I really don't respect it, Doc. Right? I don't respect it because we just went through 2.5, close to 3 years of a pandemic, Doc. And these organizations,
Teach.
right, that claim to be there for us, be there for black people, they wasn't. Now, what more could you do for us? Right? What is it that these black organizations could actually do for us? Well, you could give us good, sound advice on what to do in a pandemic. Could have did that, but they didn't. I'm not saying that they should have understood everything. What I'm really saying is, which is to tell for me, Doc, is that y'all not only got it all wrong, after it's over, I didn't hear no apologies from nobody. Did you hear about the Nation of Islam apologizing for making up nonsense about the pandemic? Right? Did you hear any black organizations, whether it's Pan-African organizations, whether it's whatever, did any of the black nationalists, they're still saying the same thing, Doc. Ain't none of them came out and said, you know what? After looking back and seeing what it was, we was actually wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Then I could just get off their case, Doc. No one's saying that. They still holding course with the vegetables and the vitamins and the nonsense. I mean, so why are we supposed to give them a break on that? And then why am I bananas for saying it? No valuable community allows the quacks, right, to run the insane asylum, but us. No way, Doc. And see, we're going to keep ending up in these situations, right, if we don't take accountability for the misinformation right now, because we now officially have seen that misinformation is that Man, come on, man. You had the lady on your show talking about how dangerous disinformation can be.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Mm-hmm.
people died taking the advice of the Nation of Islam?
Mm.
How many people took a virus home? Right? How many people did that? See, that's the questions we need to ask. We don't have a study on that. So I'm telling you, like all that for me, I don't even care about your feelings. You ain't got to tune in to me. Like it don't matter because at this point, y'all ain't paying me anyway. We ain't got 3,000 views. You got to have some foolery. You got to be as wild as the young pseudo. He can get 3,000 people tuned into that foolery.
Uh-huh.
Come on, you're an
Facts.
electrician. Come on, man. So listen, at this point, man, listen, you got a sound program for helping the black community, proving that people can send their kids to a real program.
Hey, look at this. Some folks are bad. Some folks are mad in the chat talk about why y'all so triggered about Dr. Savy. So they mad because you said something
I'm not
about Dr.
triggered.
Savy. And
I'm
then there's
not
a clown in there called King. He want my attention so bad. Stop acting like a clown. You a clown. You had because I said your name on air. Stop vying for attention. It's clown behavior. Stop texting my name every 5 minutes like a little chick in the chat. Go ahead, brother. I don't know if that's on your side. So I don't know if you live streaming, but that cat, get that clown up out of here. But some folks are triggered because of Dr. Sabi,
It's
because of
see,
what you
but
said
that's the
about Sabi.
point.
Mhm.
The man, right? And people aided and abetted him. They aided and abetted this man. Dr. Sabi, he's never been a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
doesn't agree with high level medical science.
Well, no, wait a minute, brother. Didn't he cure cancer, right?
Yeah, and daggone mucus is the cause of all disease. How silly is that? Mucus is the first line of defense against pathogens. What are we talking about? How is that your champion? How's that you got robbed for as long as he was there? Robbed. Layla Africa, they robbed, they was scamming. And if somebody don't say it, Doc, the next generation's gonna think that they heroes.
Hey,
They're
hey,
not heroes.
get that dude King Kia or Keisha
Where
out
is
of
he
here.
at?
Is he's on your side. So all you got to do is go in the chat. I don't know if you can look in the chat in StreamYard or YouTube. Get him out of here. Because what
Where
I'm
he
not
go?
going to
Oh,
tolerate
you can't get
is,
him?
yeah, you can't do that. No, I can't get him on my end because he's not in my chat. He's not in my chat. He's on your side. Get him out of here. I don't have time for the children's games. I don't have time for that.
He won't hit that
Get him
link
out of
though.
there. Huh?
He won't hit that link though. He just be chatty in the patty. I see him.
Yeah,
Hold on.
get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. I don't play no games. I have zero tolerance for people coming in and trying to agitate and all of that clown stuff. We having a discussion. We're talking about some things. Let's focus on that. If you can't focus on that, the discussion at hand, and you want to bring up something that may or may not happen
What's his
5 years
name?
ago, here it is. There it is on the screen. King K. So on your side,
You
all
got
you
all
got to
the
do is
unks.
look
Look, if
for,
you got two unks bigger than your face, yo, you
yeah, get them up, get that pseudo up out of here. Get that pseudo King K, talking about a messenger. Get that clown out of
Who
here.
he said was a messenger?
Yeah, he's a messenger. Get that clown out of here.
I can't even say.
Yeah, get that clown. You just said you saw him in the chat. Get him out of here.
No, I ain't seen him.
The moderators on your end, get
Yeah,
that
yo.
clown out
Hey,
of here.
Longo Slade, you gotta get him, yo. Get him. I can't get him.
Yeah, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here.
Get him. That's funny, yo. You said, get him up out of here. You talking
You know
about
I
young
say that. I did.
fat
Get him
boy.
out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
That's funny, yo. You said, get him up.
Get him
Oh,
out of here. But brother, I'm gonna
hey,
go
Miss
ahead and
Tiffany,
play.
get him out of there.
Yeah, Miss Tiffany, get him out of here. She said she's still trying to find it.
I see him. She see him. Delete the message. Tom
Yeah.
Omega got him.
Okay, Mika got him. Yeah, get his butt up out of here. Nobody got time for these clowns. Nobody got time for these clowns. So anyway, I want to show you all. This is the video. I'm gonna move it over here a little bit. When it
Okay.
comes on, you are going to see Polite sitting next to Red Pill and Blue Pill. So if anybody asks you who is Dr. Maat banging on, you can definitively say that Dr. Maat is banging on red pill and blue pill. They sat right here with polite in between them while he completely disrespected me, said nothing, and then said, I can turn a woman into a god by what I do with her sexually. I'm going to let you all look at the foolishness. Here we go. Loud. Every time I see this film, it's triggering for me. Two clowns. So let red pill and blue pill know that Dr. Maat called them beta males and called them clowns. That's what she did. So if you say, well, who is Dr. Maat banging on? Say she called you a pseudo beta male clown. That's what she called you. That's what she called you. You sat right there. Y'all talk all this stuff about respecting black women, and you sat there right beside a dude that totally respected a black woman who was arguing and fighting for my eye and balance. And you know what? I'm gonna just let y'all hear it.
Another woman to come in my house with her ass out, with her titties out, especially with my children in the room as well, or with my kids. So, why do you support women like Delicious, like Lena Chase, and they will come in your house and they got their ass and their titties in your face? And you have your wife, your beautiful wife on the side. Does your wife support you when she see these women coming in your house around your daughter, around your children? Do she support these provocative women coming around her husband, showing that ass and titties all up in your face, brother? Sometimes it seems like you don't care what people say about you. Sometimes it seems like you don't give a damn about what people say about you. It looks like you contradicts whatever the conscious community stands for. What do you got to say about that, brother? You driving Rolls Royces, you don't give a fuck. You go in the clubs with your people, you in the fucking Bentley, you driving the Rolls down there, you going out getting your Versace's. You know, people getting mad, talking about your clothes. It's like you don't give a fuck. You doing whatever polite want to do that contradicts the conscious community. What the hell you got to say about that, brother?
Peace and Black Power family, you already know what it is. This your brother Saneter coming back at you once again with this real talk. Now, yo, Polite, you my brother. And I gotta ask you these questions right here, brother. Polite is about to turn the fuck up, family. Real talk, listen to this very carefully. He disagrees with our lovely sister, Dr. Maat. So Polite comes out, and I ask him the question about Dr. Maat saying the black woman is not God. What do you think about that, Polite? So family, sit back, relax, and get this information in your head. Polite, on the turn. Check it out.
What I want to know, brother, is what is your take on our beautiful sister, Dr.
And remember, y'all, they both are there. Okay, blue pill and red pill are there in the.
Yeah. First and foremost, I love Dr. Maat. She's an exceptional being that I'm proud to say is part of our race. So I don't have an issue with her taking her stance as a black woman, especially in this day and time, to tell people how great they are and use thought-provoking terminologies to appropriate to that term as it corresponds with those people. We will be in conflict from.
Polite is not articulate. I'm not going to rewind what he just said. It was a bunch of, it was a bunch of foolery to thought-provoking terminology to appropriate. Shut up. And y'all sit right there. That's an articulate brother to a fool. Polite is articulate to a fool. Because when you listen to him, he put words together that don't even make sense. Yeah, man. So I sat and we interpolated this information before we extrapolated the. You sitting there like, what are you?
Pablo Bates.
Right? Like what?
You said that from day one, though. You said you enjoy words, right?
Yeah, I said I'm a wordsmith.
You're a wordsmith. You say polite, just be putting it together. That used to burn you up. Now, that's the thing used to burn you up. That
Yes.
burn you. You be like, man. I'm like, man. Look,
I'm like, does he talking about this is interpolate, extrapolate,
participate.
participate and want to match everything up. I'm like, yo, this don't even go together, yo.
Don't
Like
hesitate.
this don't even right. This doesn't even mix. Like, are y'all listening to him? And you have people in the chat saying, "Ooh, polite is articulate," and I'm sitting there like, "Oh, I'm calling you on the phone, pulling my locks out, Ankh."
Yep.
Like, people think this guy is articulate. Let's continue, family.
Time to time, it will happen. I don't say this to undermine her intelligence. I actually agree with a great deal of what she said. Sometimes we can find ourselves at a stalemate when it comes to information. Sometimes both parties can actually be right in the matter in which they come to their discernment. So her perspective, to me, is accurate. I agree with her perspective. My perspective is definitely accurate. See, I'm a black man, so I am able to bear witness to the black woman transform. I have been in my first relationship for 18 years with a black woman. I don't believe that.
Let me say this. What does that have to do with his claim that the black woman is God? That he was in a relationship with one woman and two women. Then he want to say, well, I've been with my woman for 18 years. I don't think she's ever been with a man for 18 years. I don't know polite from a can of paint. And y'all sat there and believed the bull crap that he was feeding him. Let me say it to you again. I don't know this guy from a can of paint. And you sat there and believed the bull crap that he's getting ready to feed you.
Dr. Maat has 18 years under her belt with any man. This is not a shot I'm throwing at her at all.
Yes, it was.
I'm giving you perspective because I agree with her perspective.
No,
I
he doesn't.
understand
No, he doesn't.
her perspective. In my world, my wife saved my life.
We say double talk.
We call it double talk.
Right.
She got me to stop from drug dealing. She stopped me from gangbanging. No one else could. It would have to be a force of God that would create a situation like that for me because my money was way more important than anything else. But my wife made those issues within myself subside by her influence. To be with somebody for 18 years is to see them transform in those 18 years. I've seen the potential that I empowered her to access as she empowered me to become a better man for her. So I've seen her transform from a hood chick to a God. When I say God, I don't mean it in a religious sense. I mean it in its most colloquial sense. Having autonomous control, a person in control of a specific aspect of creation. There are variant forms that demonstrate this ability, one of which being the 9 months gestation period belongs exclusively to the woman. She has autonomous control over the gestation period. She has total control over the stress that may be incurred that can afflict the child. She is born with all the ovate cells she will ever have from the time she is born. These are things that are exclusive to the woman that destines us for the life in which we thrive in today. That makes her have certain godship over this existence. No one else can take that from her. There's no way I could be wrong about that. So she said a lot of things, which I believe she's absolutely right about. And I'm going to say a lot of things that you cannot say is wrong unless you're going to show me a man going through 9 months gestation. You feel me? Breastfeeding. The colostrum fluid in the breastfeeding that takes place, which enhances the psychology of the child, enhances the immune system of the child, enhances the digestive system of the child. That is an exclusive right and ability on a woman to transmit to her child, be it male or female.
Man,
having autonomous control over something specific to an aspect of creation. As I stipulate verbatim from Merriam-Webster's dictionary, I'm not talking about the God religious context. I'm talking about the colloquial sense of the word, just meaning being in control. Does the black man demonstrate points in existence where he's in control? Undoubtedly so. But when my focus is on the woman, I don't know why men want me to give them praise. they get plenty of praise. When I'm talking about the woman, I'm just talking about the woman. They oftentimes think I'm demeaning or diminishing the role of the man because I say she's God. They say, why are you using God? Why don't you say goddess? God is a neuter noun. And I know how it feels. If I say goddess, somewhere in your mind, she's second to God. So I say God because it's more thought-provoking, and I'm employing a mild form of rhetoric, while at the same time, the word God is a neuter noun. It can be appropriated to a man or a woman. So I say God, so you don't diminish her role as a goddess, which is what we have a tendency to do. As a man that's been in a relationship with a woman for over 18 years, I believe that is unfamiliar territory for a lot of people. So as a man, I'm speaking from an 18-year experience with a woman that she cannot speak of as a woman having been in a relationship with a man. So
He doesn't know that. He's just assuming. He don't know me. I don't know this dude from a can of paint. He doesn't know my history. He don't know nothing, family. But it gets wait up. It's get ready to get worse.
Hey, but Doc, you gotta watch. So we just breaking down these pseudos now. You gotta watch the high level of confidence he spews out, the intensity, the way he puts it in. Now, intelligent people saying, yeah, that's just stupid.
Stupid
Right.
as hell.
But like I said, we are marginalized. If the African Americans is a marginalized community, then the people that are super susceptible are the people in the conscious community, right? Because we say we want to know our real history, right? The conscious community is the last place to get authentic, real African history. Just for the record, just so you know. If you're thinking you getting educated in the conscious community, you getting tricked. Right? They all do this.
You getting hustled.
You getting hustled. So it's a scam. We got to say it, right? So if they're not putting this in front of your face, anthropology, right? And say, go get your history out of here, yo, they tripping. Because this is the foundation, right? And then you'll learn how to get other books by qualified authors that could actually, delve into the the real authentic African history. But yeah, the way he's conning right now, right? Like you said, he don't know you from paint on the wall.
And conning like a monk. But watch this, y'all. It's get ready to get sick.
When I say a woman is God, I'm coming from a 18-year experience. In addition to that, I have 3 other wives that I've been with for 10 years, a decade. So I've been with 4 women together for a decade, and 1 woman in particular for 18 years. So when I say the black woman is God, it's only because I bear witness to who and what she is and what she has become, granted the conducive environment, granted the right circumstances. I can turn a woman to a God by having her access a certain level of potential perpetually just through what I do with them sexually. That's a whole different conversation. Now, I don't want to say you have to be dick down to become a goddess, but I'm saying it plays a significant role too. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to dick her down. I'm just saying 18 years of that dick appropriation, and it'd be a matter of time before you come into your being. Every man can't do it, but I certainly must be.
So that's an interesting statement right there.
Come on, Ankh.
So he's trying to bring women into being by dicking them down.
Come on.
That's a very interesting statement. We was like, what the hell is you talking about? What is you saying? Like, that's the tell right there. So a woman can't be a woman until she have sex with a man? Where they teach that at?
That's what he said.
Nobody teach that. No, nobody in an intelligent community would ever. That doesn't make sense. That's not a clear statement right there. It's a pseudo statement. I mean, it's a pseudo statement, Doc. At a high level right there. And see, behind the scenes, yo, we damn near went to war.
Yep. Over this video, facts, family.
Went to war. What? And what you say? I wasn't talking about her. It sound like, nigga, you was saying that.
Yeah, facts.
You saying in the same breath. Thought you said that. Nah, that ain't what yeah. See, this what they don't know. Behind the scenes, yo, niggas be like, yo, this would just check this out. See, you try to be cordial, so I ain't being cordial with none of these niggas no more. See, the cordial shit then played out.
Gone.
Bring my name up and stuff. You don't got to bring my name up in. It's crazy to me. Right? Y'all don't want the responsibility put on him. You want the responsibility put on Saneter. Like, well, where they do that at?
And the rest of the House of Conscience, everybody. And then look at this, y'all. While Polite is talking, they're laughing. They didn't check him. They doing an interview. They didn't say, you see what I'm saying? They didn't say,
laughing.
well, they all
funny.
laughing at this. He just said, I can turn a woman into a god virtually by what I do with them sexually. Nobody said, wait a minute. Polite, that's
crazy,
you going
bro.
too far, man. That's this, man. I don't want to have nothing to do with that, man. And I called Red Pill on the phone after this video aired. And I said, you're phony. I said, you phony. I said, you've hit my line a few times. I've chopped it up with you in New York. I said, if the shoe was on the other foot and I was sitting next to someone who disrespected you, I would have removed myself from the situation. I would have said, brother, you're entitled to feel the way you want to feel about Red Pill, but I don't want no parts of that. I can't sit here and allow you to disrespect somebody that I'm cool with. But see, those are my ethics. Those are my morals. That's how I move. I'm real. I don't sit there and allow people to disrespect folks that I'm cool with. So I actually called Red Pill on the phone and laid them out. And so y'all, you know how Martin said, go run and tell that. Y'all can run and tell him that. Dr. Maat said she called you out. Yes, I called him on the phone and I laid him to pieces, told him to lose my number. Real talk. That's what happened. Because you're sitting here laughing while he's disrespecting me and while he's disrespecting women in general. And you said nothing. But you claim that you have high respect. You have respect for black women. They don't. These are phony, fake frauds.
One of them. Yeah. Y'all say.
Let me.
Questions.
You understand why? You need a mic? You good? We could pretty much. we could see why brothers will get upset. Not us, because we know what's up, but why some brothers will get upset when you say the black woman is God. They don't want to hear that shit.
You know who that is, the right? Pause that.
What's going on inside?
Who's that, brother?
That's put in the chat. Who voice is that? That's Wishman Coleman, yo.
I don't remember his voice.
Yeah, you know, that's Rich.
Oh, that's so Rich was right there too.
Yeah, they all in on it.
They all there. And Rich is the one family who runs the channel. What is it called?
Black Magic
365 or 363.
Yeah.
So Rich was in there
he
too.
got all the. He bring the high level
pseudo sophisticates.
Pseudos. Yeah, see, he bring the pseudo sophisticates on the high level. Right.
Psychology of the black woman that gets upset when you say the black woman is God, because something must be going on in her mind for her to for that to throw her off.
So something is going on in my mind,
in your mind,
in my mind, to say that the black woman wasn't this supernatural power, right? That we simply just human beings. You understand?
So he joined into the party.
So he joined into it. So something going on with me. Something wrong with Dr. Maat. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He did that to get the mic. That's interesting.
I tell you this. Like I told you with Jewish media, the Jews control so much of the media that they portray everyone else as a criminal. I am also creating a message that would register in people's minds and hearts that my race is superior. That is the race that's controlling the media. Because if you don't see my race being portrayed negatively in the media, but you see everyone else's race being portrayed negatively in the media, so many things are taking place at the same time. That's social engineering. So with a sister, and this doesn't necessarily go for Dr. Maat.
Yes, it does.
I don't see her as an angry woman. But there are women that may say, what? You know why? Because they've been taught that the head of Christ is God, and the head of man is Christ, and the head of woman is man. This is what they get taught in religion. So for me to come here and say, skip all those middlemen, and you are that which people have been worshiping, that is very offensive to people, because now you're telling them that they've been not only lied to for the longest period of time, you're also telling them that what they thought about themselves wasn't true. So now they got to confess, have I been lying to myself this whole time? So when I talk about the black woman being God, again, I mean it in its colloquial sense. And I'm also saying she's not God based on every action she's doing. She's God based on her potential abilities. That's all I'm saying. She has the power
That sounds
to
crazy.
literally change the direction of our movement. She has the power to designate if we're going to be gangsters, if we're going to be criminals, if we're going to be mathematicians, or if we're going to be scientists.
I wouldn't say that constitute God. I would just say that women
Double
influenced the
talk.
culture. I wouldn't say that, brother Ankh. I mean, people
He
should
double
read the book.
talk.
Yeah,
He
you
has to
understand
double
this?
talk.
He is double talking.
Yeah,
I'm
let
not.
me show you where he double talked at.
Come on, let's go.
First of all, he bashed on religion, right? Pop, pop,
Right.
pop.
Right.
Then he go back to religion and talk about God and how that makes a black woman God. But if you understand what religion is and you banging on religion, then you will make no human parts of religion. You just wouldn't do it. You like for me, I've always said it that black woman, right, is a mother and a wife and a friend. That's more powerful than being any God. Gods are mythological. They don't exist. They exist in your mind, right? But black women exist in front of your face. They're your daughters, right? Your mothers, they're your aunties, right? They the ones that help raise you up, okay? Alongside with the aunts and with the uncles and the dads. You know what I'm saying? There's no separation there. That's not how that thing's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, being a mother, right, and just being a black woman, period. That damn, that should be enough. But he tied it right back to religion the whole time, banging on religion. See, that don't make no sense right there. You can't. You make your mind up. Make your mind up. That's like saying Dr. Sabi, but he hate all things the doctors do. Well, why is he calling himself Dr. Sabi? Because he knows that the title Dr. Sabi gives him that extra punch he needs, right? Because doctors are respected and renowned for what they do because they possess high-level study habits. So Dr. Mayat, right, is a title bestowed on you, not because you made it up, it's because of the study and your study habits and your ability to research. It's a stamp of approval from intelligent people. So that's why they need to use that. But they talk crazy about the doctors, though. But I'm just trying to know why people do right. See, you hate everything doctors do. You don't want to put the time and study in it, right? Right. But you still want to like science. They want to use those titles, science, African science. They want to use it because they know that the prestige that these titles carry. So that's why God for them, right? God is the level amongst most people on planet Earth, right? So they want to still use it. That's why the black woman is God. Crazy, but yet you gotta dig her down though, but she can be that God though. It's got to happen.
And then when he said you gotta dig her down for her to be God, I'm like, who listens to polite? And they sat there and listened, didn't say nothing, heard all the foolishness. That's why I question the comprehension of the people who are in the room and the people who actually cheered him on in the chat. Here we go, y'all.
He can choose. Look at today. You think that these men want to be gangster because they just choose to be criminals? No, they want to be gangster because they believe that these women highly revere a gangster. When these women turn around and say, I want the conscious black man. During the 60s movement, during the 70s, it was in to be a revolutionary. The black women were down with the revolutionary movement. So the men became revolutionaries. When hip hop got taken over,
everything he's talking about, family, is cultural. Everything he's talking about is cultural. And Dr. Amos Wilson, in his book, The Developmental Psychology of the Black Child, talked about the mother influence on the child. Mm-hmm. He talked, let me mute you. You playing something in the back. I'm telling you, off your computer. I heard it. I heard what you was just playing. So, he's right now, everything he's describing is cultural. That's what he's describing. What he's saying is black women influence the culture. And we do have a heavy influence on the culture, right? And that's what he's explaining right now, but calling it God.
Trade images of women that looked up to the dark-skinned gangster. The light-skinned woman loving the dark-skinned gangster. That's the combination they created. You feel me? And whatever she wants, she'll get. If the club is open, she's in for free. Y'all already know what you got to do. Don't even come here thinking drinks is free before 11 to 12 for the homies. Y'all paying at the door. Y'all paying for the drinks. So we see this every day in society. So when I say she's God, you cannot convince me that if the woman sets a higher bar for who she wants as a man, that the whole shit ain't gonna change overnight. If the men been crying, we want the women to be conscious. That ain't doing shit for the community right now. The men crying, yo, we want more afros. Why you gotta wear perms? She don't give a fuck. You don't call the shots. Now when she says, I want afros, brother, niggas gonna have afros. They gonna grow that shit like chia pets. They ain't playing around. It's gonna happen because we know at the end of the day, even the most misogynistic man still craves the attention of the woman. You can listen to the music, which also tells you about the culture. They want money.
Women and men crave attention from each other. What is he talking about? It works both ways. It works both ways. Men and women crave attention from each other. It works both ways.
It's actually a mutation.
Mm.
It's a mutation, the evolutionary process. Yeah, that's right. There's chemicals that produce the attraction.
Facts.
Right? And the whole nine, the morality, all that is based off of evolution. Like the whole piece is like she's saying any damn thing, but if you marginalize and then if you're in the conscious community, which is extraordinarily marginalized because you're filtered in ignorance completely, right, against all things that you consider to be white, but yet you become the walking contradiction because when you take your baby home from the hospital, you put them in a FDA approved car seat. Makes no sense. When you let your babies go to the refrigerator, whether there's all vegetables or not, they FDA approved. And you go ahead, baby, go get that. And then you get online and talk crazy. So you know, we pull out these inconsistencies of complete, foolery. And there's no, why would I listen to these groups when at the end of the day, if I was to get sick because I wasn't vaccinated, right? No Black Power ambulance was going to come get me. No Dr. Sebi hospital to go to. I would have to go back to the thing you tell me don't mess with in the first place. So why not just mess with the thing you told me don't mess with in the first place? Why not just go there? Right? Why not deal with that high level medical science?
But let's be honest. Some of the same people, I don't want to say no names, that was so anti-white, anti-hospital, anti-modern medicine. They caught COVID and they were right in the hospital. They went right to the same people that they tell you not to go to. Hold on, I'm gonna play a couple of more minutes and I'm gonna move to the next one.
And they want what? Sex. The bearers of that sex is the woman. That's where they got to get the sex from. So that's a very powerful tool that's been used against us divisively as a people. But if we really take our time out to watch this whole thing play out, we will be able to confess this black woman is God. Because when she changes her mentality, so shall the change be evident in our community. We can never lie to ourselves about her ability. That black woman can set you against 20 brothers and say, he called me a bitch. What you want me to do about it, baby? Go fix that. You think that black man ain't gonna go amongst 20 wolves knowing he gonna lose? Now, some of us ain't built the same way, granted. But the average black man, he figuring it out. Whether he going right there and there, or he gonna call his squad, I gotta get me a gun. He know he gotta do something because that's the power of the black woman. She can get your ass hurt. She can make you turn it. Yo, I don't trust your friend. Your friend talking about, you ain't even gonna holler at your man. Word? He try to talk to you? That's what I'm telling you. He try to talk to me. Well, I'm cutting my homie off. I remember when I was young. Watch this. We used to always play ball all day. We ain't playing ball. We in the crib. We playing video games. This is what we do. First nigga get himself a girlfriend. Disappear. We best friends every day playing video games, going to the park. Just got me a girlfriend. Niggas making fun of me every time I get back. Yo, you with her still? Then when that shit break up and it ain't working out, guess what? You come back home. Everybody looking at you like, man, fuck you, man. What, she broke up with you? Now you good for us? But then guess what? One of your homies get a little girlfriend. This happens when we start getting older. Brothers start disappearing from the camp. She consuming all the time. Or he's with the homies doing this, jonesing on the phone for like 5 hours. And we looking pissed off like, bro, play the game. Yeah, I'm playing. You're not even paying attention, bro. Hang up the phone. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. You see, we used to be here.
This
Hoping,
this is all his evidence that the black woman is a god. She's a superpower. Stuff he's talking about is cultural, is social. This isn't no supernatural thing that we talking about here. It ain't that, family. 3 more minutes. Here we go.
She gave us the right number when we hollered at her on the block. Then we call, she ain't pick up. Then we saying to ourselves as men, I don't want to look like I'm fiending. I'm going to wait like another 2-3 hours. See, this is God code. These are secrets here. Niggas don't be telling the truth. We be stressed out like, yo, she ain't pick up. All right, bet. 2-3 hours to call again. Damn, you know what? I'm going to stop calling her. All right, fuck it. I'm going to just call her one more time. Like, this is what we go through. We love this black woman. She's God. You know what I'm saying? She's God.
Can God have a codependent? So if we are saying that the black man is God, but the woman is his codependent, what does that make her? And I would just, elaborate on all of the points that you just made. If she has the power to persuade the Almighty, what the fuck does that make her? You know what I'm saying? So I think more so what I might have been speaking about is a co-netter nature that, you know what I'm saying, that there has to be this particular union. And I think in this society, because, with religion, everything has to be so monotheistic, that I think that there has to always be an ascribing to either one or the other. Right. We don't live in a society that's showing that level of dualism when it comes to control over the entire dynamic. So, you know what I mean? It's an interesting conversation. Very interesting. I think that we continue to hit on interesting points, and I think that the truth is always going to come out, ultimately in how, we end up demonstrating these principles in real life anyway.
Oh, so the truth did come out. Polite is in prison. So the truth did the truth did come out. He's 100%, he's 1,000% correct. The truth did come out. Pedo Light is in prison for 7 years. He copped the plea deal. He was accused of violating 14-year-old girl, right? That was the accusation. He just pled guilty. He's doing 7 years. He has 10 years probation. When he gets out, he has to take a sex offenders class, right? And so I agree with red or blue, whichever one this is. They're right. The truth always comes out.
That's blue.
That's blue. The blue pill. I agree with blue pill 1,000%. The truth always comes out, and we see what it is. Family, I want to show you all something else. And this video is shorter. This is about 11 minutes. And Brother Polite actually defended Dr. Malachi York, okay, while he was being interviewed by one of his victims. No one thought that this was suspect. Listen to some of the stuff that Polite tells a victim of Malachi York. Here we go.
Oh, for the record. Oh, you got it.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, for the record. The funny part about it is Polite's whole scam around Malachi York is even wild because he never even met Malachi York. Never. At all. That's even wild.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? He claimed to be, didn't he say that he was a student of Dr. Malachi York? He was a student. He was messing with one of his daughters, or
all that scammery, complete flammery. It's wild. The whole thing is wild. Nobody listened though, but hey, it is what it is.
Go ahead, here we go.
Had to testify, or that testified.
Had to testify based on what that he did do something to him.
Well, I say had to testify because some people didn't testify. So some people felt that that they had to do this, like it's something that they had to do. For me, it felt like it was something that I had to do, because one, like I told you, both my sisters went through the same thing I went through. And both of my older sisters.
Do you mind sharing? I don't know nothing.
Sharing what? Okay, well, both of my sisters have been molested.
By who?
By Malachi York. By Pops, Barbara, Esau, Mom Esau, whatever. He has sex with them. And
at what ages?
At what ages? I mean, if you want to get the accurate number, you can ask them.
Around what age?
I mean, 13, 14, 7, 8. And I will only speak for myself.
13, 14, 7, 8 said that these girls, his sisters, were molested by Malachi York. So I just want y'all to hear what this brother's telling Polite. He's a victim, and he's saying that his sisters were even molested by Malachi York. Some of them 13, 14. Some of them were 7 and 8. Let's keep listening.
As far as the
Yeah, no
personal
doubt.
thing
Of
that
course.
I've been through,
Of course, you.
as far as if and I don't want to get graphic. One, okay, I'm a dude. I'm not gonna be walking
I'm with you,
around saying
Tamika. It
that I've
doesn't
been
matter. He
molested. This is
molested them.
that
He
happened.
molested
As a
them.
man, you don't want to be going around saying that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So when in my situation or my the way I grew up, I was ready to move on. I left in 2001. I was ready to just live my life, move on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people started doing the investigations and stuff. The FBI started doing the investigations, started trying to get statements from people. Both my sisters went ahead and gave their statements.
Yeah.
I still had nothing to do with it. No statement, no nothing. When I realized, okay, they're about to go to court, and I went through the same thing that they went through. Like, I'm my mother's only son. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the man of the family. You know what I'm saying? My sisters were gonna stand up for themselves, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, well, and then that's when I gave my my statement, and that's when I decided that that I was gonna go ahead and do it. Nobody wants to see they family go get locked away. So I really understand how hard it is for people that's deeply involved in it also. And people gotta understand I was born and raised in it too. So I understand from inside out also what it feels like not to have this person around still giving leadership. So it's not no stranger, no random person that's saying, "Oh, this happened, this happened." I mean, this stuff. Like, I was 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was upstate New York after Brooklyn. I was upstate New York when he first, touched me or whatever, molested. And so from 7 to 14, 7 years that I went through this. You know what I'm saying? And
Poor
that's
thing.
my story.
Would you
7
say
to
there's
14.
been over 20 children molested by Dr. York?
I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, for if I could confirm people that I could strongly confirm, it would be about 15 or 20 people.
Obviously, if over 15 to 20 children were being molested,
See,
we
I
have
mean,
to
that's-
now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand
But
the adults were separated from their children. So you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in
A
one
cult.
place.
A cult.
Everybody was separated, so it wasn't no house with a family, and then you could recognize when your child is gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right? I've been touched.
Did y'all hear him trying to put it on the children and the parents? Not holding Malachi York accountable. He is arguing with this brother who opened up and said, "Man, I mean, as a man, I feel uncomfortable even saying that I've been molested." Shout out to this brother who was open enough to talk about this and have this conversation. That's very hard for a man to admit and admit. I mean, not just to himself, but aloud, that he was violated by a man. Now, he was a male at the time. He was between 7 and 14. It wasn't a man. But for him to be a man now and say, "I was touched by a man," that took courage. And you got Polite scrambling. Well, I mean, why didn't the parents? Aren't the parents should get locked up? And he's telling Polite, well, wait a minute, man. The children and the adults were separated. The men were here, the women were here. I'm starting to think about the series Ruthless by Tyler Perry. That's what I'm starting to think. It was like a compound. Tyler Perry probably did his due diligence on Malachi York and modeled Ruthless after Malachi York. But the brother's saying, well, look, we were all separated. So then Polite couldn't get him there. So then Polite said, well, you mean to tell me that the children didn't have enough sense to tell their parents? So now it's the children's fault that they were molested. Go ahead, brother Ankh.
See, the only thing running is his hairline. His hairline running.
His hairline terrible right now. Hairline terrible.
Your hairline back past his ears, yo. You gotta cut it off, man. Don't have a bush like. Anyway, so the whole most people don't know that Malachi York, that whole situation, he goes down in history as a serial molester. Look it up. So
Facts.
ain't that crazy? In the history of the United States, he the top molester. It's crazy, right? Then he got like 300 something 40 years for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
the most.
done. Yeah, he done.
Yeah, he never coming. Yeah, so you know, man, I try to, like my whole career has been based off of not having people put into that situation, right? And by the time it gets that far, it's just far, right? And so I always wanted the people to know that cults don't, there's different stages to it, different entry points. You know what I'm saying? So what he was going through, they was closer to the inner circle, right? What I was going through, I never got that deep. I never went that deep, right? I stayed on the outskirts at the bookstores, right? Would go up on the land and listen to Malachi York, speak, and then get my ass, just home. Because I ain't never I ain't living broke in a daggone camp or some damn way. Definitely wasn't going to do that. Like that never crossed my periphery, right? Like need a father. I didn't need a father. But what about those people who didn't grow up with a dad or mother? They needed that type of attention. Some people are very needy for that type of attention, right? And he comes off as a father figure for them. They call him pops. This how this go with the cults. You know what I'm saying? I never thought anybody could be my father but my father, right? So, those experiences that I had, right, on the land, in the bookstore, I try to bring it to people because you could very well be in a cult right now and not even know it. Right? You support it, you pump. I sure enough supported it. I sure enough pumped the information, right? But I didn't get any negative. There wasn't any negative consequences to what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? In the bookstore, read books and go on the land and listen to them speak, then get up out of there, right? But what about the people that end up staying on the land and living on the land? You feel me? What about that? What about this dude right here? What about the hundreds of other children? What about all that? So I'm just letting y'all know, right? And I told you, I say now the new thing is the online cults.
Right. Facts.
Right? It's like your grandmother and them used to give money to church, through TV. Well, a free offering. I feel somebody out there needs some help with the Lord. You go ahead, and I know you're going through something. The Lord wants you to be happy. Go ahead and send that goodwill offering. Right? That's where it's at now. It's right there. Grandmother went through it. Now it's online calls and you supporting that nonsense, right? You can tell. The first thing we talked about, the doc, was the funny hats.
Doc, I'm not doing this with you, Aunt.
I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First, you hear nothing from nobody. Yeah. You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time.
They might not have been the medium to talk to anybody about the situation.
Not even their parents.
I mean, that's why, of course. I could have talked to I could have told my mother.
We chose not to.
It's not that I chose not to. To really explain it would really take a lot. But I mean, you're not really yourself when you're not. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no esteem. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You can't even face like my mother had to. She found out from my sister and she came to me and asked me about it, and I still really couldn't even tell her. I had to say, well, I had sex with the girl and he was there, and that was my way of telling her that it happened. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the initial conversation, and this is like 2 weeks before we left. It was something I was under. I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't tell nobody.
And that happens with a lot of people that get sexually violated. I didn't tell my mother that I was sexually violated until I was 17. That was the first time I actually talked to her about it. And then I didn't expound on it with her and elaborate on it with her until I was in my 30s. So what he's saying is common, right?
Yeah, that's
something that
victims. It's like women that abuse women. They routinely go back. You say, well, why didn't they get out that situation?
Right.
So it's they've done heavy studies. Trust me. Like this is like so all the stuff that people are saying now, they're just wrong. They don't even understand victims. Right? Stockholm syndrome, where people are actually kidnapped and they come and save them, and the people try to protect the kidnapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is the victim? How's the victim, right, protecting the victimizer? That really happens because things shift in your brain to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to protect yourself, you protect the person that's doing the bodily harm. Because if you think if you do right, the person doing the bodily harm gonna stop doing it. So it's a complicated mind we got. The brain is very complex.
Absolutely.
And anything can throw it off. Young babies, anything can throw that off, right? And so that's why they got institutions for people like that. That's why they got classes. And you know what I'm saying? That's part of trying to get people straight on both ends of the spectrum. So, for me, man, like it's Monday morning. And I hear a lot of talk about the women and what they did. And I don't hear a lot of talk about the responsibility, right? I hear Saneter, Ankh did this, that. Really? Right? Take personal account. That man signed his name on a dotted line. I agree that I did this, this, this. Nobody's asking him to explain what he did, though.
Not at all.
Right? They talked about the responsibility. The girl, what if she was this? Mothers, you should watch it. What about mothers that send their kids to baseball and they coach do molest them?
Yeah.
Are you blaming the mother and the father for that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember, I keep saying I took an NCAA had to get certified, right? And they made me watch damn 2-3 hours of videos of cases of coaches that molested children. And they tell you the motherfucking do's and don'ts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, wow. So I want to say this. If you dating women, don't got to be your damn wife. And they got little girls, right? And little boys. Okay? When they reach the age, you ain't supposed to be messing with them. You have groomed them over the years. It's called grooming.
Right. Facts.
And anybody in your vicinity that tells that story, shut out, Moose. To tell that story that I was with a mother for 10 years and then the daughter got older and we fell out with the mother, messed with them, your eyebrow got to be all the way up here.
Facts.
And if you don't get it, then how many times we got to say it? Right? How many times we got to say that? Think about what I'm saying. I done said it 100 times, nobody listening. The mighty Hebrew, nobody's listening. Oh, they blow it off. He say stupid shit. Oh, the judge, the prosecutor didn't know the age of the girl. Well, damn. What court in the United States ain't gonna be able to get your age right before the court start, for the trial start? Y'all listen to all that. Oh, the Hebrews, they got a tribunal.
I'm not doing this with you. I ain't doing this with you.
No damn
I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked up to him as my dad. Because I looked up to him as the person that he was. I thought he was a God figure. I thought he, and all those reasons, like, I'm trying to like see what why is this going on? What's the significance? I'm young. I don't even know what really in the sex, and I don't.
Why do you think he's locked up for 135 years, underground 60 feet, in a super max penitentiary with no one with a case likened to his own, amongst cannibals? Not because what you think he should be locked up for, why you think he's locked up.
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together and was building a sovereign nation.
Tell me if this is something you believe. That's not what I want to hear. What do you personally believe, dealing with the facts of the matter? Not denying you of your experience, but based on what we all know, what is necessary to lock a person up when you accuse them of these type of
what I
things.
know from history is that whenever you have a black leader that's uplifting the people, that's doing something for the community, that's bringing people together, and that's building people and elevating people, then they get taken down. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't have been taken down, and he hasn't been taken down until they found something that to take him down with. If he threw everything away by molesting kid, did he really care about everybody else?
Right.
This is what I have to live with. I have to live with how do I come across the people that's in the knowledge and even vibe with them and talk to them on a regular level, and people looking at me one way.
Nah, that's all good. You can always come to a class of ours.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying. But
Good for
it
you.
is. But see, the thing is
'Cause
that
it don't make you a bad
at the
person.
end of the day, people's always gonna have his word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
You know, at the end of the day, he's locked up. So obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter. Like I told you, if we say he's innocent, when he's still locked up in prison, y'all word accounted for everything.
But I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can only face what's in front of me, and everything that's in front of me, I see people that.
Let's stop right there, Ankh. It wasn't their word that got him locked up. It was evidence. It was medical records showing that he had herpes and that he gave herpes to these children or these teenagers. It wasn't, they didn't just walk in and say, Dr. Malachi Z. York molested me. And they locked him up and gave him 135 years for that. It was testimonies and it was medical records and all sort of stuff. And I threw the herpes thing out there, guys. I didn't read the medical records. I'm just telling you what I heard.
No, that's real. No, Chuck Morgan got a whole website dedicated to that. Yeah, he actually had herpes in the kids. Some kids had. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I mean, I know I heard it, but I don't want people to think that like I got the court docs and I read the court docs with my own
Chuck
eyes.
Morgan got it on Chuck Morgan website. That's all there. That's all covered. There's no wiggling.
Cool, ain't no wiggling out of there. So I don't want you see how Polite tried to say, oh, the courts took your word, and that's why he was found guilty and received 135 years. No, the court didn't just take your word, right? The court took their testimonies into account and they looked at the evidence. And that is why he was convicted. Okay, here we go. Only a couple of more minutes, y'all.
And you notice that the guy talking, he's still in conflict. Right?
Oh yeah, you could tell. It's clear.
He's still in conflict with the information and how they bring a leader down and all that. He still got that indoctrination in his head, but he know what the hell happened to him, right? And he can't, he's
wow. It's clear.
That's being misled. I see people that's under the impression, and even though
misled about what? Because people are saying
Doc
is being railroaded. That people are saying none of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned. The government don't give a damn about the accusation.
Saying that
are you hearing what I'm saying?
You got people saying that kids haven't been molested. I can't see what you're seeing. I can't see the I know what happened to me. I know what he did. I know what kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? So
what kind of person he is? That's the question I want to ask you. What kind of person is Dr.
I mean, you get what you see. You get what you see.
Tell me,
but
who is he to you?
What people didn't see is also.
I asked about other people. I want to know about you personally. I want to get into your mind. I want to know, what is he to you? Who is he to you?
Who he is to me right now? He's somebody that did a lot of things great, but had his flaws, and it didn't correct those flaws. And he had years and years and years to correct those flaws. He didn't correct those flaws. Now I came back, and now he's incarcerated. Should he be in there? Should he be out? Someone like him shouldn't be incarcerated if they uplifted the community and doing what he did. But if you're gonna do that, and on top of that, still do the wrong thing for years and years and years, then you definitely shouldn't be out on the streets. That's if I was the devil, the perfect devil is the one who's gonna be a pastor, a preacher, or the one doing the right thing, and actually the one doing the wrong thing and send you to hell. That's the perfect devil right there. If I was a devil right now, I'd be telling you to do the right thing. I'd be telling you to live your life this way, and I'll be sending you right to hell. The devil knows the gospel as well as any pastor or preacher. So if the devil is going to do his job, what better way to do it than to have everybody lifting themselves or doing the right thing? And in actuality, it's like they're going up, but they're going this way. It's not just up. It's like they're going up and they're going astray. You know what I'm saying? That's the only really way that the devil could do his job, is to deceive people into thinking that he's actually God, to deceive people into thinking that he's actually Christ. That's why they say you will have false prophets and false messiahs. I would respect a wolf. If I was a sheep, I would respect a wolf that approached me and tried to hunt me down than a wolf that came in sheep clothing.
My whole argument in this whole situation is, should people be locked up based on what people believe? He's
not locked up based on what people believe. He's not. I wish I was there doing this interview. He is not locked up based on what people believe. He is locked up based on the evidence. Based on the evidence.
I have the right to be angry. You know why? Because the Lord promises me something different. The Lord promises me that we will lock people up beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's what the Lord promises me.
Yeah. But in this case, it was up to 12 people to have that reasonable doubt or not. And those 12 people make the decision.
It's not. So what's the point?
If you want to fight
it's your matter of opinion if you would have
fight for it for another reason. Don't fight for it because he's innocent of a molesting kid.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually.
Okay.
Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny scientifically. We say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your most high, acknowledge him as your most high God? I would have to. I don't.
Did you just hear what Polite said? I'm going to rewind it back so you can hear it. He said that if it was proven, if it was factual that he molested 1,000 children, he would still worship Dr. Malikazi York as his God. And you all just sat back, continue to support him, bring him around. This guy is basically saying, I would support a child molester. I would support and worship a child predator. And anyone that would support and condone that type of behavior will indulge in that type of behavior. Listen to what he said, family. Hold on. There's only 1 more minute left. Hold on.
Genetic evidence and everything.
The thing, and they try to hunt me
to be angry. You know why?
To have that reasonable fight for it for another reason. Don't fight for it because he's
Here we go.
Of a molesting kid.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually.
Okay.
Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny scientifically. We say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your most high, acknowledge him as your most high God? I would have to. I don't identify with everything he does there, much like I believe most Christians don't identify with everything their God does, because it says their God is a jealous God. And some Christians would tell you it's not right to be jealous. And some would tell you that, it shouldn't be vengeful, but in the Bible.
He comparing attributes like jealous and vengeful to molesting children. I can't.
Tells you the Most High is a vengeful God. And it tells you shouldn't hate, but it tells you that God loved Jacob and he hated Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a difference between being a proud Nubian and saying that he's innocent. Okay, that's two different people. I could be a proud Nubian because I was born in Nuwapu, but it's two different kinds of people.
Are you got people? Nubian, if that's the case,
I can be, but how can I be a proud Nubian if the Nubians are saying that he's innocent and I'm saying that this happened to me? So now it is. You see how we sitting down talking. That's. But see, the thing is that, now is my word against the master teacher's word, and whose word is they gonna take?
I know one thing the master teacher always taught is that when you're looking at the sides of the truth, there's his side, her side, his or her side versus his or her side. But really, in actuality, it's just the truth. Your side, their side, and just the truth. There's only one truth.
Brother Ankh, do you remember this guy right here? Family, do you remember this guy right here? Who's this Brother Ankh?
That's his son.
That's his son, Prince York. Remember you was just talking about the funny hats?
Got the funny hats.
Prince
York.
York.
You know what, Doc? So yeah, and right there in that video, Polite was hustling too, because at that point he was trying to get that Nuwapian following. That's what he did. He kind of built it up off of that. Then he changed the whole thing. So he was hustling a little bit there.
But this is what I want to bring to the people's attention. This guy that went by Prince York, because I want to make a point here. I want people to identify the pattern. So you see Polite, he was, he worshiped Malikazi York. You notice that Malikazi York indulged, in pedophilia, right? And then now Polite is going to jail for it. Well, not for it. Remember, he pled guilty to the child abuse or child neglect or something like that, child delinquency or whatever, but he was accused of it. Then this guy that goes by Prince York, look at this. Man charged with child abuse is son of black supremacist cult leader serving 135 years. So this article was published in 2017. Ramesses Richardson, 19, appears in court in Jersey City today with charges that he burned and beat a 5-year-old boy. I don't know whether he was convicted for it or not, but I do remember when these allegations, family, was circulating on the internet. Okay. What is Dr. Maat's point here? Do you see a pattern here when it comes to these cult leaders or cult followers, right? Cult leaders. I'm saying cult leaders. You got Malachi York. His son Prince York was trying to take it over. Then you had Polite trying to be it. Do you see a connection with these cult leaders and with the abuse of children? Do you see it? Brother Ankh, what are your thoughts?
I want to show my pic. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead, share it.
And there's a way to see it, right? You can there's red flags. We did a whole red flag showing the pseudo killers. There's things that make your eyebrow go,
Go ahead, share it. I'm waiting for you to share it.
Doesn't mean that they're gonna end up degrading into behaviors that are unbecoming, right? Or degenerate behavior. It doesn't mean it, but it's that first step towards that. It's the step. It's a step in the wrong direction, right? So, yeah, here we go. Oh man, share my screen. The step. The step is in the hat, Doc.
I'm not doing this.
It's in the hat.
I'm not doing this.
The hat. The hat is the first step.
I can't let you do that. I can't.
It's the hat. It's the funny outfit from 2000 BCE somewhere, 1500 Arabia somewhere in America. It's the hat. It's the hat. The old kingdom dynasty. The funny outfits. It's the outfit and the hat. Dressing up like you're an Egyptian with the side lock in your head. It's the start of it. It's the beginning stages. It's the hat. It's the hat, Doc. It's the hat. It's the outfit. It's the clothes. It's the it's 2023. It's the hat. It's always the hat. Start off with the hat and the sunglasses. I'm telling you, Doc, it's the hat. Nature boy, it's the hat. It's locked up right now. It's the hat. Deviant behavior. It's the hat. It's the hat. It's the short cook hat. 2023 is the hat. It's the hat. Doesn't mean it, but it's the hat. It's the hat. We like, why are you wearing a hat? It's the hat. This is pseudos wear the hats. They be pseudo scientists making it up as they go. It's the hat, y'all. So I just gave you, right? Not saying that well, we know the ones that, actually, locked up and got charged with that type of behavior, right? So I'm not saying because you wear a hat that would make you a sexual predator. I'm not saying that at all. I'm simply saying that the fact that you got on a Power Ranger outfit in 2023, that you tripping hard. And we should definitely ignore anything coming out your mouth as being reasonably sensible. If you dress like the Hebrew, you dress slicker than the Hebrews. But we're not gonna Captain Kazariak, right? He has the wildest outfits ever, but we're not gonna charge him with the wild, right? Because he wear the Hell's Angel outfit, Doc. Well, he ain't even got a Hebrew outfit.
But I stopped fooling with Tazariak because we at one point we were really cool. And he and I used to chit chat on the phone. When I went to New York, I would hit him up. He would slide through, and we were really cool. But when we became uncool, when he opened up his platform to Marshall Daniels, aka Young Pharaoh, and allowed him to literally just go in on me, right? Oh, yeah, I called Tazariak up on the telephone the next day, and I said, Tazariak, why would you? I'm beefing with dude, right? You know what it is. Why would you, if you want to bring him on your platform? I said, that's fine. I mean, that's your prerogative. I can't dictate who you bring on your platform. But you sat there and you let this boy lie on me and spear my name, and you gave him a platform to do it, and you didn't check him, you didn't challenge him, you didn't shut it down. Oh, well, sister, at one point, I did interject and tell him that, I don't have that perception of you, and that's never been our interaction. I said, Tazariak, I said, that's besides the point. I said, the point is you gave him a platform to do it, and when he started doing it, you didn't check him. And so Dr. Maat is real. I have these conversations. I'm telling you all what's going on behind the scenes. And I don't just talk about these dudes on YouTube. I call them up. When I had an issue with what Red Pill and Blue Pill did, when Polite was sitting there and Polite was saying, I called him on the telephone and expressed what I'm telling you all. Tazariak, when he gave Young Pharaoh a platform to smear my name, I called him up. See, I don't do that cat stuff that y'all do. Get online, go live, and start talking. Everything I'm telling you is facts, and I don't care if you run back and go tell them. I've always been solid, and I'm going to keep on being solid. Brother, you have any closing words for the listening audience?
I'm just saying, Desire wear the Hell's Angels outfit, biker outfit. They just act like it's a daggone Hebrew outfit. I'm just saying, y'all got to know, yo, running around thinking you're Native American, yo, you need to go. You need to get a little help there, yo. If you chief, everybody a chief. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Like it ain't even hard. Y'all can just stop it at the outfit. That should be in England. And I'm saying, yo, man, I was in the call, yo, and we had the hat. We had the hat, right? The outfit, that Polite outfit got on. I had that before. Right, that was the ending stages of Nuwapo, right? We had the thing signed on and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I'm telling y'all, man, yo, take it from my experiences, man, that, yeah, man, if you're fearless leader, yo, got a wild outfit from 2000 BCE, yo, run. If your fearless leader got the universe on his hat, run. Run. They ain't got nothing making sense to say. And that's a simple thing, Doc. See, they're not gonna listen to me, Doc. See, they're not gonna listen. They're gonna think that, yeah, it's funny, but I'm saying it's real. Right? If you're on dress up mode and ain't making a movie or something, whew, right? Like, I'm just trying to let you know, right? That's our culture. That nah. So my closing remarks are simple, man. Big up to the community of skeptics, man, the pseudo killers, man. All right, dedicated. Magi archers, man. Big up to the Magi, man. We just dedicated to putting that real information out like that. I think it's important, man. And we're gonna keep supporting. Gonna keep supporting you, Doc, in your fight with these men in the community. It's crazy as hell, man. I bring women on the platform, men cuss them out. Call them hoes. I go through this routinely. Like, that's wild to me. Like because of a woman is having a conversation. In my circle, women can't even talk. You be like, what circle is that, nigga? They be really saying that. Well,
I don't want to be in that circle. I don't want to be in that circle.
And I don't think the women can't talk. All this, man, so now women, all my life I've been around intelligent women. And intelligent men. Like, I've never known that men are more intelligent than women. I wasn't even raised in that environment. Like, I'm like, damn, some of my best teachers was women. I just can't figure, like, I know how you can get tricked though, yo, because you love black so much. I get it, man. And you feel like you've been lied to. I get it, yo. I got. I'm telling y'all. I'm saying, man, wake the hell up, man. If a nigga's talking about some vegetables and chicken noodle soup can stop a virus, yo, all you gotta do is look it up, yo. If you got groups, right, that will not apologize for telling you that vegetables and vegetables and vitamins can stop the coronavirus, right? If you got leaders that telling you the shit was created in a damn lab somewhere, yo, get away from it. In 5 minutes, you can look this up. You got people saying the white man is the devil, but yet they driving a car at 90 miles an hour and stop on the brakes made by the devil. They contradicting themselves. The FDA approved the vaccine, the FDA, but yet in your refrigerator, got a whole refrigerator full of FDA food. Anybody talking that, get away from them. Wake up, right? There's a secret vault called the library. Take your children to libraries in your local community. Get a library card, Doc. Then we talk about that, Doc. You had people like the young pseudo that didn't even know you was a damn doctor. He thought you was a damn electrician. And was serious about it. And he said it like, hey, family. She's an electrician. She ain't no doctor. You be like, oh my God, he thinks an electrical engineer
Is
is
an
an
electrician. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. But Ankh, I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate you as usual. Thank you
What's
for
up for
coming
tomorrow?
on. Tomorrow, I got Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's
I
going to
mean, in
come
the
on
morning.
and we.
Do I gotta do something in the morning? No.
Oh, tomorrow at 1 p.m. You're going to come speak to the class. I told you 1 p.m. That's the class. Tuesday, 1 p.m. No. It's Thursday at 1 p.m. It's Thursday at 1 p.m. You're getting it mixed up. It's Thursday at 1
I
p.m.
ain't getting mixed up. I'm just checking.
Yeah, Thursday at 1 p.m.
And it's
You
a
coming
real
through.
class. Like you're a real professor with real people. You ain't making this up.
No.
It's a
No.
real place. It's real. See what I'm saying? So anyway, man, they're gonna say Ankh hating, Dr. Me, I hate y'all hating on the show. But I ain't standing up on Stone Mountain, you know what I'm saying? Saying
what I
it's
said.
3, 4 sons. I ain't doing that. Ah, man. Yeah, New York dudes is, yeah.
Wildin'. Family, before you get out of here, make sure that you thumb up the video. Also, family, let's each one teach one by sharing the video on your social media platform. So if you're on Facebook, post the link. If you're on Twitter, tweet the link. If you're on IG, throw it in the story, right? Take a screenshot of this, throw it in the story, and provide folks with the link. All right, family, thank you so much for tuning in. I see the Maadian family was in the building. I see Brother Ankh, you brought your people through. And we showed up and showed out tonight. Family, before you get out of here, make sure that you support the Meltrek Project. We're working on our third film, Meltrek Episode 3, exploring the Ma'afa, the arrival of the Portuguese. That will be out in the next couple of weeks. And so, family, make sure that you support the Meltrek Project. You can also go to Amazon and get the digital download of the Meltrek films. We have films, we have books. We're getting ready to upload a curriculum on the website so that you can learn our history 365 days a year. Family, also get your child enrolled in the Conscious Ingenuity STEAM, African-centered STEAM program where we build character, confidence, and capabilities through STEAM. Your child will be exposed to electric circuit, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine learning, coding, robotics, and much, much more. They're going to develop critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, communication skills, collaborative skills, and so many skills, family. So make sure that you head on over to consciousingenuity.com. Sign your child up today. You see my shirt. Ain't no black power without STEAM power. You're not gonna have it. So everybody running around here talking about black empowerment. If you're not talking about science, technology, engineering, art, agriculture, and mathematics, you're not talking about black empowerment. Also, family, make sure that you get your son enrolled in a SAFO training camp. You can go to asafocamp.com. This camp focuses on manhood development in young boys between the ages of 12 and 14. Shout out to those sisters that came from New York. There was people who came all over the DMV to make sure that their son experienced the Asafo training camp. Make sure that you get your child in this camp. Next summer, we're also offering an Agoji camp that will focus on womanhood development in young girls between the ages of 12 and 14. And I can't wait until that graduation day when I see my young men on one side, my young men in training on one side, and my young women on the other side. Also, family, make sure that you get your child enrolled in the Uhuru Academy. All you have to do is go to uhuruacademy.com. Hit up Baba Amin and tell them that Dr. Maat sent you over there. And last but not least, family, make sure that you enroll your child in the Kamoyo Shule Africana Weekend School, where they focus on our story and culture, reading comprehension, African philosophy, character development, STEM, and much, much more. Family, I appreciate you all. Share the show. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know that some of you all over there, Ankh, I see a lot of your people in the building. Family, go over to YouTube, type in Dr. Oya Maat, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that whenever I go live, you will be notified. Also, family, join me back here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm bringing on Dr. Boyce Watkins. We're going to be talking about the BRICS Alliance. What is it? Right? What is it? Why was it formed? We're going to talk about the BRICS currency, and is de-dollarization really a thing? right? And how would the BRICS currency in de-dollarization, if real, how would that impact Black people? So make sure that you're right Black here. That you're right Black here. That you're right back here, family. I meant to say Black. That you're right Black here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining in. Peace and, well, tuning in. I'm sorry. Peace and Black power.